Welcome back to video number 2, and we are finishing up. This is the end of the tour for Columbia, and we're picking up right where Harry and Meghan were getting ready to go because Meghan had to give a speech about women's empowerment, etc., etc. So let's just jump in and cover it, shall we? Let's go. And in case I haven't said it before we jump back in, I think this tour is a big fat fail. It's an absolute fail. Now, to round out their third day, Harry and Meghan went to visit a traditional Afro-Caribbean village. I cannot pronounce it. The trip to the village involved a half-an-hour helicopter ride from Cartagena and then a 15-minute drive along a potholed road lined with soldiers and at one point a tank. No, I'm not kidding. Now, again, if you saw the headline, they're saying that during this trip, they're urging Prince Harry to apologize for slavery. So it looks like Harry and Meghan are not getting out of the whole slavery thing. Remember, it's the royal family that should pay reparations and should apologize. But it would seem that these people remember that Harry is a white member of the royal family. I found this to be unbelievable that they did not escape that. I think they thought that all the attention was going to go towards the royals. Now, Meghan was acting really weird here. She's got this fake laugh going on, even though nobody's talking to her and there's no conversation going on. This is exactly what I was talking to you guys about before. She does that for these pictures. It's creepy. Okay, so Harry and Meghan are walking through the village, and as you can see from Harry's face, he is most unhappy. I told you guys before that Harry doesn't have a game face. He is not happy, and he certainly is not happy with Meghan, who's got her arm on him and is literally leading him around in which direction he should go. So the press is putting out these pictures about they're so happy and they're so loved up, etc., 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 with one or two pictures that show Harry smiling. But the truth of the matter is, I'm sorry, guys, I think this entire trip has just been a colossal fail, in my opinion. A big thank you to Remoulade Sauce, as usual, for showing us everything that Meghan Markle was wearing on this particular outing. Harry and Meghan leave, change clothes, and then go to the Afro Women Empower Talk. And this is on the final day of her tour in Columbia with Harry. Now, this took place in the city of Cali's theater, which again was surrounded by a ring of security, including armed police and soldiers. And if you can believe this, Meghan talked about the Procter & Gamble story again. When she was aged 11, she asked the brand to change its sexist soap commercial. Can you imagine? Now, guess what? As she spoke, there appeared to be a heckler in the crowds. I'm not kidding. Thank God somebody isn't stupid there and knew what was going on. Now, several other things happened, very interesting. First of all, I don't even know what to make of this. They're claiming that Meghan learned Spanish in 2002 while she was interning at the U.S. Embassy in Argentina, completely ignoring the fact that she was only at the agency in Argentina for 6 weeks. Nobody learns fluent Spanish in 6 weeks. She also at one point claimed that she could speak French. Yeah, okay. Now, this was advertised, so some people did come to watch her speak on the panel. There's the billboard right there. Now, here's the interesting part. So supposedly she took out her earpiece to speak Spanish. And do you know what she did? She gave a speech for 1 minute, very slowly and very carefully. And the whole thing was, thank you for inviting us to Columbia. Thank you to the vice president. We're really enjoying our trip. This has been fabulous, blah, blah, blah. That's what it was. That's what it was. A rehearsed 1 minute in Spanish speech, because right after she said it, she switched right back to English. We have not heard her have a one-on-one discussion or any kind of back and forth discussion with anybody in Spanish because she's not fluent. How many times have I had to say that? I also find it so hypocritical of Meghan to talk about her daughter has found her voice. Women should find their voices. They should be able to speak. And yet she has muzzled every woman and a couple of men who have worked for her because she made them sign NDAs and refuses to release them from them so they can speak. And a big thank you to Remoulade Sauce for showing us everything Meghan was wearing. You know, now that the tour is coming to an end, they're saying that a lot of people said, I'm quoting, they're nothing special and who cares? I mean, these people mean nothing to the poverty-stricken people who live in Colombia. And it's even a little more odd when you consider the fact that they got their invitation because the vice president saw them on a Netflix show. That was the thing for them. I have to point out that, and thank you to that one on Twitter, it looks like Meghan copied some of Catherine's outfits. But here's my big observation for the whole trip. Every time they go somewhere, Harry's in the back. In Nigeria, here in Colombia, Harry's in the back. Every time they meet somebody, Meghan goes up first and then introduces Harry like he's a second person. It happened at the drumming. It happened at the school where Harry just stood there waiting for his turn to say hello. It happened at the Invictus where she greeted the vice president and then, here you go, Harry. Harry is not running the show, Meghan is. And we knew this was going to be a disaster, and it is. Another observation, remember, this is what Meghan said. I couldn't wear colors while in the royal family, only muted tones. They wanted me to blend into the background. And yet, almost every outfit she wore on this tour was white, black, gray, beige, brown, the same muted tones that she swore she only wore because the royal family forced her to. All right, you guys, you know what to do. Hit the like button, the subscribe button, hit the bell for all notifications. Then go down into the description box where you'll find the links to my Twitter, my Gettr, my Rumble, my email, my Patreon, which is currently paused, my Amazon wish list, and a physical address in case there's something you want to send me. For those of you who've donated to my coffee fund, thank you so much. Don't forget to leave those comments. You know I'm reading every single one of them. And as always, you guys, have a great day.